18 innings, pretty incredible.
Little delivers. Freeman gets one high in the air. Straight away center field. Marshall at the wall. Gone! Freddie Freeman, Mr. World Series, ends the marathon at midnight.
Special. That Freddie Freeman walk-off in the 18th inning gave the Dodgers a 2-1 lead in the World Series. Mad, though, do you think the Blue Jays can bounce back from the Game 3 loss?
Well, I think there's two things to think about from a Toronto perspective. Number one, their first objective in L.A. was get the series back to Toronto. Okay, make the Dodgers win the World Championship in your building. They had 3 chances to do it. Last night was their best chance because Ohtani and Snell are pitching the next 2 days. So I think there's 2 things to think about. They got a 50-50 chance in the next 2 days to win one of the 2 games. But then to win 2 others after that is asking too much. So I think the first objective, if you're a Blue Jay, Stevie, is to make sure that if the Dodgers do beat us, they do it at the Rogers Center in Toronto.
Right.
And last night was their chance. They had a 5-4 lead in the 7th inning. Last night was their chance to make sure that could happen.
I know last night was their chance. I'm not sure it was their best chance. I think tonight could be their best chance.
You're worried about Ohtani.
Well, I'm worried about Ohtani. I'm worried about you playing 18 innings. You played 18 innings. You're on base 9 different damn times. You're running the bases. You're having an absolute ball. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. But considering the level of expense that you put on your body, what's the first thing that came out of Ohtani's mouth post-game? I need some sleep. I need something. You're hoping that he's lagging a little bit. You're hoping that he's not as sharp as you expect him to be. Because if you're the Toronto Blue Jays, you could exploit that. You could take advantage of that. That's what I'm saying. And by the way, listen, Snell is absolutely sensational. We get that part. But again, if you get him deep into the pitch count, you can get him out of there and use the bullpen. That's what you can do. I think the Blue Jays still have a chance.
Yeah, I thought the Blue Jays to win the series had to win the game last night. Now, think about the Blue Jays quickly before we run into some other things. On Saturday night, up a game, at home, it's 1-1 in the 6th inning, 7th inning. They win that game, 2-0 up. They got a good chance to win a championship.
That's right.
Last night, they got a chance to get home field back again. They got a 4-2 lead and then a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the 7th inning with 1 out. So they've had 2 chances, Stevie, to really put the Dodgers in the squeeze box, and the Dodgers have got out of it back-to-back times.
That's true.
That would worry me a little bit.
That's true, but if you go on 18 innings, you know what? You're taxing, and you made the Dodgers use their bullpen. And coming into this game, their bullpen was nothing to brag about. They showed up last night, deserve a lot of credit, but can they pull that off again as the series wanes? I think you have to look at the Blue Jays in that regard. You still got Guerrero. I know Springer injury, that's something that we got to keep an eye on, but you still got a squad that I think can make some noise, and they can turn this into series. They have to win tonight. What do you think the Blue Jays are going to try to do tonight specifically?
I think they're going to. I think, number one, I think they try to use the pitch count with Ohtani and take some pitches and make him throw a lot of pitches early in the game and see if they can get him out of there after 6 innings. I think that's number one. I don't know if they're going to be that aggressive. And number two, they need Bieber tonight, the pitcher for them, to settle the game down. Don't let somebody get up there in the bottom of the 1st inning and hit a 2-run homer. And all of a sudden, you're down 2-0 early in the game, and the Dodgers begin to smell it.
Gotcha.
So they got to make sure Bieber, who has not been great, goes out there tonight and keeps him in the game. You know, when you're on the road in these spots, you can lose the game in the 3rd inning. You can't. It's like Indiana going to Oklahoma City. You can't fall behind by 18 points at the end of the 1st quarter. You're never going to win.
Yeah.
In an elimination game. And you think this is an elimination game in a lot of ways.
I do believe this.
So as a result, Toronto's got to settle the game down, get the game into the mid-innings, deadlock, 1-1, something along those lines. It gives him a chance. You made a good point. Remember Springer. He looks like it's an oblique. He's not going to play. I wouldn't think. Right. That's a big loss.
That's a big loss for them, no doubt about it. But also give Toronto credit where credit is due. You go on the road to L.A. after losing Game 2, getting shut down by Yamamoto. And what you do, you put up 5 runs, and you're right in a position. I mean, listen, it took them 18 innings to beat you.
And an all-time classic.
If I'm Toronto in an all-time classic, I still got a chance. I win tonight, the series is tied. I win the night the series is tied. That's how I'm looking at it. That's how I look at it for them.
Ohtani worries me, though. Watch him go out there tonight, throw 7 innings, 3
Now, if he
hits,
does that,
He is Babe Ruth.
He is Babe Ruth. He is Babe Ruth. Got some football to get back to. The Chiefs cruised past the Commanders on Monday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes threw for nearly 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the defense was just as dominant, not allowing Washington to score at all in the second half. The result was a 28-7 win for Kansas City. The Chiefs will now turn their focus to Week 9, where they have a matchup with Buffalo. When it comes to the regular season, Josh Allen and the Bills have the Chiefs' number. We all know this, going 4-1 and winning the last 4 regular season matchups. But come playoff time, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs flipped the script and have won all 4 matchups. And Sunday's game, rather, more important for the Chiefs or the Bills? Jeff Saturday, we'll start with you.
I'm going Chiefs here, and I would just say because of the start, right? I mean, you got 3 losses. This Chiefs team, we talked about, they just made it into the playoff conversation. And again, I at the beginning of the show, I said this is the scariest team in the AFC, and I truly believe that. But that means you got to win them. And you got to go beat this Bills team who has had your number in the regular season. And when you think about playoff positioning, the Broncos are in their division, the Chargers, they have tough games ahead, right? They understand what they have. They're going to play the Colts. They have a tough. When you're the head dog, you ain't getting an easy schedule. And so they're not going to get an easy schedule. They're going to have to keep playing games. But games like this, to me, for the Chiefs, they've left themselves small margin. And so I would say the Chiefs, to me, have to win this more than the Bills.
Well, yeah, I mean, the history of it suggests otherwise, right? The Kansas City Chiefs have a losing record in the regular season against the Buffalo Bills. Right. Even if the Chiefs have to go on the road to get to the Super Bowl, we saw them do that 2 years ago, AFC Championship game at M&T Bank Stadium. Yep. Wasn't a problem. They ended up winning Super Bowl 58. Right. So I'm not worried about it from the Chiefs' standpoint. I think it's clearly a bigger game for the Buffalo Bills to win, right? You're talking about an organization that has won the division 5 years in a row, been in the postseason 6 straight years. Now you got the New England Patriots on the come. You got a situation where the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens are both on their backup quarterbacks. And oh, by the way, you don't play the Colts, Broncos, or the Chargers, 3 teams that would be in the playoffs if they started today. If not now, then win for the Buffalo Bills if they don't take care of business against the Kansas City Chiefs and put themselves back in pole position in the AFC East.
You're better than him. You're 1,000% right. What in Super Bowl? This is a must-get for Buffalo. 2 weeks ago, they got buried by Atlanta on Monday night. They couldn't stop anybody. 3 weeks ago, they got killed by the Patriots on Sunday night. Why? Because they beat Andy Dalton. They're back on the beam. Buffalo needs to win this game. Forget the division. They need psychologically. They lost to Kansas City last year at Arrowhead. They need to go out there and beat the Chiefs to feel good about themselves, to give them the idea that they are a major threat to win the conference. If they lose this week, I'm not looking at the Bills as a major threat. So I think it's a much. I'm not worried about the Chiefs. They're going to make the playoffs. I've seen them win games on the road in the postseason 2 years ago, as you said. They won in Buffalo and they won in Baltimore and they got to the Super Bowl and they won that too against San Francisco. I know what Mahomes can do with Andy Reid, no matter what the record is in postseason play. I don't know what Buffalo can do in that situation, and I'm worried about the fragility right now. I definitely think it's a bigger. It's a good word. It's a good word. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
Well, I mean, they don't break. I mean, Sean McDermott gets better with their defense as the season progresses. They lose Ed Oliver, which is a problem. They've got to figure this part out. But again, we talked all year when we started this thing, it was the Bills got a cupcake schedule. It's going to be an easy ride for the Bills. It's an easy ride. Now, teams have flipped it a little bit differently, but think about this for the Chiefs. They would have 4 losses already, and they still got a gauntlet. Like, this is, y'all act like y'all just rubber stamp the Chiefs. You can't lose games like this when you clearly should be able to beat the Bills, right? Like, if we're picking it today, every one of us is picking the Chiefs, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Chiefs have all the pressure. The Bills are playing, we got to go. We have an easier schedule down the road. The Bills are going to make it. The Patriots, and their division's terrible. Miami, I mean, come on. Like, you're going to get wins, right?
Yeah, but right now the division is terrible, but you ain't in first place, New England.
I get it.
New England has already beat you. Secondly, we got to look at Josh Allen in his career. He's only played with 1 first-team All-Pro offensive player in his career. It's Stephon Diggs. That was in 2020. Okay, we're looking at his team being bereft of weapons. You know that it's about Josh Allen and everybody else. When you've gone against the Kansas City Chiefs in the past, particularly in playoffs, what was the scores? It was 39-29. It was 27-24. It was 42-36 in overtime. All three games were decided by one score. You're looking at it from that standpoint, and I agree with Doggy and CC on this matter. The psychological element. At some point, you got to beat the big bad wolf that's constantly standing in your path. You got to take him out. You got to take them out when it counts. And listen, they've beaten the Kansas City in the regular season before. This is a regular season game. It's not the playoffs, so I get it. But I'm saying the presence of New England combined with the psychological advantage that Kansas City has clearly had over you says to me, this is a game you kind of need to win if you Buffalo. It would do a win for Buffalo would do more for them than I think it would do for Kansas City. Kansas City, it's another game.
Listen, okay,
Buffalo, it means more.
He's made fun of everybody's schedule, okay? Here, the Eagles have already beaten the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs have beaten the Ravens. They lost to the Jags. They beat the Lions. That's their big win. Other than that, who have they beaten? They already lost to the Chargers week 1. This team, if they lose to the Colts, if they lose this weekend to the Bills, then they got the Broncos and the Colts back to back. Like, this is a big game for them. Don't miss. 4 losses is a big, I don't care who you are. That is a big deal looking down the barrel of the Broncos and the Colts coming up 2 weeks later.
You're actually going to break down the Chiefs' schedule. Are you worried about Mahomes against anybody in a big game?
I'm never worried about Mahomes against anybody, but they still lost 3 games. And my point is, that's why I'm saying it's a bigger game, is because do I think they're favored against the Bills? Absolutely. But I still think you got to go out and do it. They didn't have their offense. But the 3 games back is not an easy thing to overcome. You can't give up another one to another good AFC team, right? You need to go win these games. It is a big game for them. I think it's an easier route for the Bills to make the playoffs. We're talking about I'm not talking about the Super Bowl.
But the Bills are not in it, Jeff, to make the playoffs. The Bills are in it to get to a Super Bowl. And if you're in it to get to a Super Bowl, this is the whole right.
I got you.
There you go.
I got you.
No, I disagree.
No, I didn't know retort to that one.
Listen, the Chiefs are
he's getting the best of you today.
The Bills have
he's getting the best of you today.
Listen to me.
I mean, he's really getting to you.
The Chiefs have made it's the easy argument. The Chiefs have made the 3 Super Bowls in a row. They're going for their 4th. The Bills haven't made it. The Ravens haven't made it. We can go through a litany of teams who haven't made it because of the Chiefs.
No.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is this is not the same. 3 games, spotting the Chargers a game, and now you would spot the Bills a game. It's a big deal.
Hey, Jeff, you know, when I say fluid, right, you'll go like this. This is what you'll do. You go like this. It's fluid. It's fluid. It doesn't absolve you from nonsense. That's what you would say. And I'm going like this. Read the room, my brother.
Yeah.
Read the room, my brother. You're in an island by yourself. We're all looking at you. I'm going like this. It's a bad morning. It's a bad morning for you. That's all we're saying. We're all looking at you right now.
They teamed up because I got up with the senior moment and stayed up too late. That's why he went up. He got out the Colts. He went at me.
It's a bad moment, Mr. Blue Eyes. It's a bad moment. The Cowboys seem to be at a crossroad. Will a trade at the deadline save their season? We have someone who isn't giving up hope. Plus, it's our favorite segment of the week. What are you mad about?
Oh,
it's on the way.
You better get your A game.
And you're going to be here for that?
Let's go.